Welcome to Season 4, Episode 6 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, I've got a live comm of a second versus third match at home to Leyton Orient on the 2nd of January in Sky Bet League 2, which means, of course, the transfer window is open, so Lee Novak has signed for us permanently. I think I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. I'm getting all ahead of myself. But before we get into all of that, let's have a look to see how we've climbed back up into the automatic promotion spots again. So last episode I was on a bit of a downer. We were away to Newport. We lost 3-1. We never looked like getting anything out of that match. And I was very, very close to fiddling with our system. I managed to resist though. This was supposed to be a confidence builder. We had 10 days without a game, so I thought, let's go and play a game against the cheapest local side we can to just go and get 10 goals, build a bit of confidence. That's got to be good for us, surely. So we played at home to Willand. It was FA Cup second round day, that's why we weren't playing. And we only won 1-0. Bit of a problem. If I was a player in that side, that would have upset me more than boosted my confidence. But for whatever ridiculous reason, it seems to have done the trick, because a week later we went away to Wrexham. Tom Platt back in the side. He had been transfer listed because he'd been whining about not getting first team football, but we picked up a few injuries. So Tom Platt back in the side, scored an absolutely cracking goal. It went on to win the December League 2 goal of the month. Still haven't figured out how to just pull those videos out and put them into the episode. But yeah, really pleased to see him score such a good goal. And he's off the transfer list, back in the first team squad now because of that. We then played a home game against Scunthorpe. We won 1-0 again. This is back to the nice boring 1-0 games we were having earlier in the season. Anton Forrester goal, picking up the win against Scunthorpe. And then we went away against Barnet, drew 1-1. Not the best result we've ever had, but not a disaster over the Christmas period. The goal is to try not to lose at this time of year. And then we followed it up by going away to Bristol Rovers a couple of days ago. We won 2-0, another goal from new superstar Tom Platt, and a man of the match performance from him as well. And then a rare goal for substitute Suleimani Koulibaly, who I'm still desperate to do well, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for him at Exeter, unfortunately. In other news, I've now completed my Continental B licence, and I've started studying for my Continental A, but it doesn't seem to say that on here yet. I'll probably got that in a minute. That's to confirm Lee Novak has signed for us permanently, and there's his stats as a reminder. You know all about Lee Novak. He's already scored 4 goals for us. Really happy to have him with the club permanently. 3 years is probably a little bit long, but it's all he'd agreed to, and we needed him, so happy to have him in. We've got money to burn, I guess, so it's not a disaster to have him long term, and he's probably got some resale value. If we were to get promoted this season, we could probably sell him on in the summer, or at least get someone to pick up his wages and take him off our hands. The board are still delighted with the leadership I'm showing, and rightly so. That's the confirmation that I'm now going to spend a year studying for my Continental A licence, and that's the league as it stands after 24 games. So we're up to third again, back in the automatic promotion spots, only 5 points away from Crewe, who are top of the league. So winning the title is still a possibility. Promotion very much in our hands. We're only 5 points clear of 8th place and falling out of the playoffs, so it is so tight at the top of League 2, and there's actually only 11 points separating 1st and 12th. So it's still very much to play for the rest of the season, and we're hoping to have a big month. The transfer window is open. I've got £1 million to spend. If we look at our bank details, we've got £2 million in our balance. Okay, it's not quite $1 million. I've got 780,000 to spend. I need to offload some players first because we're over our wage budget, so we're not going to be able to bring anyone in on that basis. But we have money to spend, so hopefully we're going to be able to make something happen this month. But let's get into today's game. It's a big one. It's an important one. We're away to Leyton Orient. They're a place above us in the league, so beat them. We start to put a little bit of space between ourselves and the playoff positions, and also it just gets us that little bit closer towards top spot, which is where we want to be. This is the team that we're playing today. Very familiar looking side. The only real changes from the last time you were with me, Dean Wennard has now come back into the side as a centre-back. It was mainly because we picked up a couple of injuries and had to rotate a little bit. But Ryan McConnell is struggling a little bit for form. The fans still don't rate him. So as much as I like this player, I think he's a really good League 2 centre-back. He's still only 23 years old, so he's still got time. And he's played over 100 games, so got to rate him a little bit. But Dean Winnard coming back in, bags of experience. He's the captain. He's been with Exeter a couple of years now, so he's a nice player to be able to bring in. We've got Miles Addison hovering around the squad somewhere as well, who can't even get on our bench. This shows the strength in depth we've got at the back. He's been playing in the League One and Championship all his career. He's still only 29 years old and he can't even get on our bench. So pretty happy with the strength and depth we've got back there. Fullbacks or wingbacks are still our big money signings from the summer, Tilney and Gale. David Tatonda is fit again, but just not able to get into the side. I might even loan this lad out just to get him some experience. He needs practice playing as a wing-back rather than a full-back. I'm bringing him on as a substitute regularly, but it's just not enough game time for him. Our midfield, we've got Marlon Pack, Asira Osborne, and now Tom Platt has come in to take over the Foley position. Sam Foley is injured, but to be honest, Platt's playing so well that I don't see him coming back into the side when he's fit again. He's going to have to fight and find a way back in, because Platt has come in and very much made that position his own, and he has been our best player. If we look at the form over the last 5 games, he beats even Marlon Pack with the best average rating. He's scored 2 goals in that time as well. He's been a big difference maker since coming back into the side as that box-to-box midfielder. And then up front, Lee Novak playing his first game today as a permanent Exeter player, hopefully celebrating with a goal, and Anton Forrester. So let's get into the game. So we are the home side. I don't know what that means about the media, whether they'll think we're favourites or not. What just happened? Uh-oh. Football Manager quit unexpectedly. This is what happened before. Right, game reloaded. We are back. I'm submitting the team again. Fingers crossed it's not going to crash again. Is it working? I think we're in. It does, things like that though, it does make me start to wonder about the long-term viability of this save, because obviously we are playing on a vanilla copy of the game. Traditionally, I've not started my long-term saves until after the December patch or the January patch comes out. Oh, it's scary. That's the second time that happens. So we're not on Earth 3, by the way. We're still on Earth 2. I had just loaded up the game, so it was fully up to date and saved, so we didn't lose any game time. So we're still on Earth 2, just a rebooted version of Earth 2, but that's the second time I've had that crash going into a game now, and it's starting to worry me. If anyone knows why that might be happening, please let me know in the comments if it's something I can fix on my end, or if it's the fact that I'm trying to record the gameplay as it's happening, if it's a problem with my laptop. Please let me know what I can do to fix that. I'd much prefer that to be the option rather than my save being corrupted, because that would make me cry. One thing I am doing a little bit differently, you've all been nagging at me to do it for long enough, I am finally taking my own team talks. It takes me a little while to figure out, because I'm not used to doing this at all. Ever since this feature's been in the game, I've always left it to my assistant manager. But starting to do this has led to the turnaround in our form. So I kind of feel like I have to keep doing it. So yeah, we've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. That had no impact at all. So let's try and be passionate with them. See, they're happy. I don't know if happy's good or not. Let's just say I guess it's good that it's going green, but they're not motivated. I don't want them to be happy necessarily. I want them to be motivated to go out there and stuff Orient. But I guess we'll see how they get on. We're just going out there nice and happy. But at least we're into the match. I panicked there for a second. I should have checked my pulse on my watch to see just how stressed I got when the game crashed again. I don't know what I'd do if the game gave up on me at this stage. I guess I'd have to just start a new series, but this has been a month's work. That'd be devastating. Gale's got the chance to cross here though, finds Novak, and he does score on his first game as a permanent Exeter player. It's showing up as his first goal of the season. He's already got 4 goals for us when he was here on loan, but whatever, it's his first goal of the season, I guess. We're up to second in the league now, obviously leapfrogging Orient. If things stay like that, it's a good cross from Gale and a really good header from Lee Novak. That's what we've signed him for, being able to score that kind of goal. Quick break, nice cross, good header. That's exactly the kind of football we want to be playing. And it's all gone quiet, which again, fine by us. Possession fairly even at this stage. We've got, I think that was a throw-in, not a corner actually. Osborne finds Platt, who finds Pack. Forrester, that's some good passing. And was that Tom Platt getting into a potential goal-scoring position again? That actually went down as a clear-cut chance. So really nice to see us play some neat passing football. That's probably something that's been missing from our game a little bit, but I do like to see my teams playing like that. So if that's something we can start to develop in the second half of the season, I've had a couple of chats with people in the comments. I am toying with the idea of starting to tweak the system. We've been playing very much this vanilla version of 5-3-2, with not even any team instructions or player instructions since, I mean, when's it been? Early September probably. So for most of the first half of the season, we're now accomplished playing this way. I think I'm going to wait until they're completely comfortable. Is it fluid when you get right up to the top one? Yes, there's still room for improvement, so let's assertively. Yeah, they're capable of even better. There you go. See, they're delighted. I see delighted. Do I want delighted? I don't know if I want delighted. I want fired up. But how do you fire someone up when they're 1-0 down? That'll do. Let's leave it at that. Send them out there delighted. What was I saying? Yeah, it's starting to tweak the system, so I'm probably going to wait until we're fluid with it, which should be any time now. And then I'm going to start adding some tweaks just to try and give us a bit more attacking oomph. We're very much a sort of defensive, counter-attacking side at the moment, which is to be expected. Are they going to score here? Oh, was that a good save from Christy Pym? That's to be expected. We're playing a counter-attacking system. We're playing 5 defenders, so... Oh, I thought we'd given away a penalty there. So we are going to be a little bit defensive, but I would like to start to get a little bit more adventurous going forward. But I'm very conscious of the last 2 seasons now with 2 different clubs. I've fiddled and broken the team, and we're second in the league at the moment. Don't really want to fiddle with the team too much and break it, so it's going to be very much baby steps, little tweaks, seeing what difference they make, leaving them in place for a few weeks, not being afraid to drop back to this system if we start losing, and sort of very cautiously fiddling from there. So it's going to be a long process, but I kind of feel like I'm in Exeter for the long haul. Just making a couple of substitutions here. Give McConnell another go at the back because Winnard's not having a great game, and Jack Rolls, the youngster, can come in. Give Marlon Pack a bit of a rest. Where should we stick Rolls? There you go, we'll do that. That looks like it works a little bit better. Hopefully we can hold on to this game now. Yeah, so I'll tweak a little bit and sort of see where we go. It'd help if I unpause the game, I guess. Right, come on, we just need to hold on now. We're still fairly even possession. We've only had the 1 shot on target. That's the one we scored from. We did have that good chance that fell to Tom Platt. So I guess we've created more than Orient. Even they've had more shots, but we've had the 1 clear-cut chance. But yeah, this is the kind of game, ideally, in a year's time, we start to get away from a little bit. And for once, I actually do see myself being at a club longer term. I expect to still be here in a year. So it'd be nice to see the fruits of the labour of building a club and a team for the long term. And, you know, with the money we've got, I've got this crazy idea of pushing on for the championship. I don't know how realistic it'll be. Probably won't even get promoted this season now after all this. Talking like a team that are already promoted. But hopefully, we're going to hold on here. Go on, we've got 3 minutes left. It'd be awful to lose it now. We're getting good at closing teams down, but oh, well played, Rolls. He gets it away. And there we go. That's our 1-0. We're such a boring football team, but I don't care because we're going to get promoted this season. We'll be exciting next year. Or, why am I doing that? Or we'll start to be exciting when it looks like we're going to get promoted. So, yeah, well done. That was a good win. Now they can be delighted. Delighted's fine at this point. And that'll be that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Let me know in the comments as well what I can do to stop my game from crashing. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks very much for watching.